Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and happy Friday, everybody. Woohoo! It's Friday. So of course I have a Christmas project here. They're little gift card holders. But before we get started on our project, I always forget to tell you about Stampin' Up's promotion, and that's not very businesslike of me, so I'm going to tell you really quickly what's going on with Stampin' Up. So in November, Stampin' Up has discounted their starter kit. So if you've ever been interested, or if you have a long wish list with Stampin' Up, maybe this is for you. So a starter kit, and people ask me what's in the starter kit, Kathy, and it's any products you want. So it's any products from a current catalog up to $125 worth of product, and right now it's only $75. You do have to pay tax on your starter kit, but you get free shipping. So like I said, it's a great deal. There's no long-term commitment. It's not like you have to give up your firstborn child if you don't make the quarterly sales. You would just drop as a demonstrator. So it might be worth it just to try it out and see what you think. And then if you do, I would love to have you on my team. We're called Creative Friends. We get together via Zoom once a month, and we do monthly swaps. So we do learn and have a really good friendship. So if you want to join my team, like I said, that's Creative Friends, but my name's Kathy Howes, and I'm in Denver, Colorado. And I'll have a link below to take advantage of this $75 starter kit. Like I said, it's $125 worth of product with free shipping and for $75. Another promotion, or else a deal that Stampin' Up has, is Eden's Garden. Now, if you're on YouTube or watching any videos, you've probably seen this all over. It has, it's an early release. So the stamp set and the dies will be in the catalog that's coming out in January. And then they do have coordinating designer series paper, some cotton paper, and some gems. Now what I want to warn you is the designer series paper, the cotton paper, and the gems are only available while supplies last. So they won't be in the catalog that comes out in January. But the stamp set and the dies will. So if you're interested in that and you have any questions, be sure and let me know. I'm excited. Mine should be here, I think, tomorrow or Tuesday, Monday, I don't know, something like that. But I'll be getting my bundle here pretty soon, and then I'll have some stuff to show you. So that's Stampin' Up's other promotion. So now we're done with that. Let's go on and have fun, and I'll show you how I made these cute little gift card holders. So what you do is you slide off the belly band, and then inside you have the little gift card that is attached like that. And of course, this is designer series paper. This designer series paper is not available anymore. This is from Celebration, but I had a lot of it, and so to practice, I tried with that designer series paper. But let's start with the designer series paper. I'm going to use the Heartwarming Hugs. You know I love this designer series paper, and I have a sheet here that's 12 by 12. The back side looks like this. So there's no direction in my paper. I don't have to worry about how I cut it. But if you have direction on your designer series paper, just be aware that when you cut it so it's not sideways on your gift card. Okay, but I'm going to start with my paper trimmer here, and I'm going to cut my paper down to 9.5 less a tick. So really it's 9 7/16. But if you can see here, I've taken my paper to 9.5, and then I'm just going to go back one little mark. So right there, and then I'm going to just trim my paper down with my trimmer or my cutting blade, the dark one, and take this piece off. Now I'll save that for another project. And then I'm going to turn it. So now on my paper trimmer, I want that. There we go. No, I want the, now I have to think. Nope, I want the 9 3/4 here at the top, or 9.5 less or whatever at the top. And I'm going to score it now, and I'm going to score the whole thing, and then I'm going to cut it down so that I have 3 of the gift cards out of the one sheet, and I only have to score once and cut 3 times. I hope that all makes sense. And I'm going to make sure, because I'm going to cut it down this way, so I want to score it this way. Okay, so I'm going to first score it at 1.5, And now I'm going to use the light blade here. Let me try to get to 1.5, like this, 1.5. And I'm not going to apply too much pressure because designer series paper is a little thinner than the normal cardstock, so I'm going to just be gentle. And then I'm going to go over here to 4.5, and I'm going to score it again. And then at 5.5, one more score. And I have to be honest with you, I'm really worried that I didn't do it the right way, but I'm pretty sure I did. And then at 6.5, and I'm going to score it again. So real quick, that's 1.5, 4.5, 5.5, and 6.5. Now, if you miss those measurements, you can always go to my blog, becreativewithkathy.com, and they'll be on there too. So now I'm sure you can't see it, but there's score lines on my paper. So then at the 12 inch, I'm going to put the 12 inch at the top, and I'm going to cut these each at 4 inches. Okay, now you could, and I'll show you later why, you could make this at 4 1/4. It might make life just a little bit easier, but I'm going to do it at 4 because then I can get, look, now I have 3 of the sheets, so I could make 3 gift card holders out of 1 sheet of paper, and they're all scored and ready to go. Okay, so let's fold, and I'm going to just do one of them. I'll do the other ones later, but I wanted to show you how you could do all the scoring at once. I'm going to try to find all those score lines, but it's easier and faster. If you need to whip out a bunch of these, you can do the scoring once and the cutting, and then here's the other score line. And then I'm going to take this one, there we go, and fold on that score line, and then one. Well, I should have pushed a little harder. I can't find my score line. There he is. And then push on that score line. There we go. And now I have, and there should be one more. Here's one more right here. Okay, so then it looks like that. And we have our score. Now I need to decide which color I want on the, or which pattern I want on the inside. And this time I think I want this green and red and white on the inside. So I'm going to fold it this way, mountain up. Hope that made sense. There. So then there, right there, we have our gift card holder. Yay, I did score it right. Okay. Didn't look right. So then with my trio punch here, I'm going to come in and I'm going to round all 4 corners. Nope. And I cut him wrong. Let's do it again. I'm going to take another piece. For some reason, I think I cut the wrong, I don't know. I'm going to score this, I'm going to fold this one again. That one was short, and I wonder if I had a, I bet you I used a piece of designer series paper that I had already cut. Because this one, look, he's thinner than that one. I bet you I had used a corner of that designer series paper and he wasn't quite 12 by 12 when we started. So this one looks a little better. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and do all 4 corners of this one now with my trio punch and just get those corners rounded. I think he looks better that way. Go get rid of these little pieces here. And now we need to put this, we need to keep this part together. And this is, I'm going to show you a quick tip. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat. Because I want a thin line here, because I didn't cut it at 4 1/4, I'm going to grab my gift card here and show you that our gift card needs to fit here. Now, if I would have done it 4 by 4 or 4 1/4, I wouldn't have had any trouble. I'd have lots of extra room on the side, so my gift card would fit. I hope that makes sense. But since I want to save paper and make it a little thinner, I have to be a little careful now, so I need a really thin border of glue or adhesive on this side so that my pocket is big enough over here. And I hope that makes sense. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my silicone mat, and I'm going to just take some Seal Plus, And I'm going to run half of my adhesive on the mat and half of my adhesive on the paper. Now, it won't stick to the mat, but it'll stick to my paper. So I don't know if you can see, but see how that adhesive is off the side? Then I can just fold it over like this, and now I have a really thin adhesive right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing to, let me make sure, yep, I want to do the same thing to this part here. So I just took and fold that back, and then you can see it hangs off, and I'm going to just fold that over to make a really thin, like that. So now I'm going to still have a pretty good pocket. And then last but not least, we're going to do it on this side. And make sure I get from score line to score line and fold that over. And now I have really sticky adhesive only where I want it on that part, making sure I fold those over. And then when I put these together like this, I hope all of that made sense. Now this is stuck down good. And you know, I have a little piece of adhesive I'm going to just trim off with my scissors. I missed folding over there. There we go. But now we have our little pocket here, and it's only taped on these edges, and we need to cut a slit in the top so that we can put our card in there. So I'm going to set my card here, and I'm going to try to get it centered, and I'm going to just make, and I don't, oh, here's my pencil, and just make a couple little marks like this on my paper, so I know that my paper needs to be at least, or my slit for my card needs to be at least that wide. Then I'm going to bring in the everyday label punch, and now I'm going to line my paper up with this corner right here and on the same side, and that way I'll know that I have it straight. Right with that little tick mark right there. And I'm making sure that my little tick mark is right here in the corner and my paper's in the other corner, so hopefully it's straight across. And then I'm going to move it over to that other tick mark and do, whoop, this corner. And I lined the wrong corner up with my tick mark. I got to do this one. No, I did the right one. Oh my gosh, maybe it's not Friday morning for me. Okay, so now let's see if our card, nope, it needs to go just a little bit. Let's see if it's wide enough now to fit in there. We might have to take a little bit more off those corners, but there's a little pocket in here now, see? Oh, it is going to be just fine. And I'm going to put my little gift card in there. Yep, looky there. Whew, it worked out just fine. And look how pretty those corners are with the gift card in there now. I should learn to trust myself because I kind of doubted that it was going to work, but look how nice that looks just like that. And really, that's it for the gift card. This is backwards. I should put it this way. Or for the gift card holder, you could whip out a bunch of these. You could decorate it any way you wanted, right? But let's go ahead and finish mine. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of basic white cardstock. These, I believe, are 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and on one of them, I'm going to take that corner rounder again and round those corners, because this piece now will go right down here, and this, of course, is where I'll write my greeting or my sentiment or my name so they know who the gift card is from. On this one, I want to stamp it, so I'm going to use this Holly Jolly Wishes stamp set, and this Merry Christmas to You I think is a really nice. I'm going to use that one with some real red ink. Find my stamp. I have them mounted. Here we go. And I have to practice once. I don't know if you know, I'm pretty, got to practice once on a piece of scratch paper. Okay, looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and stamp it down right here in the center. I'm going to hold that down, let that ink sink in. And believe it or not, that's all the stamping that we're going to do. There we go. So he's ready. So now let's do some die cutting. I'm going to use these stitched snowflake dies. I love these. I think they're really pretty. Let me bring in my plates for my die cut machine. I have my #1 platform, my #2 adapter plate. my number 3 cutting pad, and like I keep one that's really tore up or chewed up, and I keep that on the bottom. I have a scrap here of that real red that goes with the designer series paper, and a scrap of basic white. Now this great big stitched snowflake I'm going to put on the white, and then I need 3 little snowflakes for the inside. Oops, and I'm going to just grab these 3 small snowflakes from that stitch die set. Take this and put this away. Bring my other cutting pad, lay this on top. Get all that stuff out of the way so I can bring in my die cut machine. I threw my paper on the floor. Okay, bring in my die cut machine. Now this is the Stampin's Cut and Emboss machine, and I absolutely love him. I think he's a very good machine. He's a nice tight cut, so things get cut the first time. You don't have to run them through a bunch of times. He's just a great machine. I think everybody should have one. And now the standard machine is about $120. If you're not ready for an investment like that, Stampin' Up! Makes a mini version of the Cut and Emboss machine that works just fine. You could try it out with that one first if you want. If you need any information, you can go to my online store, which I'll have the link below, and see for yourself what they have there. Okay, so here's my little stitched snowflakes. Get those out here. And I'm going to try to, oh, he's out already. Here I'm trying to get him out of the die and he's not even there. Okay, get this guy out. So now we have our snowflakes. I'm going to use my take a pick tool and get those little pieces and parts out. And let's see if you can see the beautiful stitching on that little snowflake. Look at the stitching on there too. Is that not adorable? Okay, let's get this guy's pieces and parts out. This one. There we go. And then last but not least, and this is the one that if you just tap on the table, sometimes, okay, oh, there he goes. He came out. Get out that. Then we get all his little pieces and parts out. Okay, now we have our little snowflakes. Whoops, I threw one over here. Let's go ahead and take our gift card and attach this piece here to the bottom. I'm going to just use some tape runner here, Stampin' Seal, and lay this down here, making sure that I have the rounded corner with the rounded corner. Make sure your square's up here, or the square corners are up here. And then this piece, we'll just lay him at the top, up here. Look how cute. Okay, and then we'll put a little bit of liquid glue, and I'm going to just put a little dab here and there. Come on, glue. There we go. And not worry about too much. It's not like anybody's going to try to peel him off or anything, or he'll fall off. Let's put this one down here. I think he's a little bit bigger. Put him down there. Put this little guy up here. This one here. There we go. And then for this guy, we're going to put him on the front. So I did, with my layering circle dies, I cut out a circle here. And I just picked a circle that was just a little bit smaller than he was. So I'm not sure which layering circle die that one is, but you can figure it out when you cut yours. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 7 inches by 1 inch. That's going to be our belly band. So I'm going to cut or fold up my card here and put like this, and I'm going to just wrap it around there. And I don't want it too tight. I want it to be easy to slip on and off. So I'm going to put it about like that. And then again with that strong Sail Plus, I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive here and a little bit of adhesive here. And then wrap that around. Now I want that where they meet in the front like this. So then when I take here, let's hurry and put our snowflake on our circle here. And I'm going to use these inside corners here to line it up so I make sure I get it straight, or in the center, I guess I should say, of my circle. See how these are all lined up close to the edge? And then on here, I'm going to just take and put a little bit of seal in the center here, and then layer that right there. And look how cute that is. Now the only thing that our gift card needs is a little bit of bling. So using these wonderful gems, they're the perfect colors. They're the red and a little bit of white with a little bit of gold in there. I'm going to just put these in the center of my snowflakes. That one's too big, you won't. Here we go. Put that right in the center there. And then a little bit of these clear ones in the center here. And one more in this one down here. There he goes. He really stuck to my... So there you go. So there's my little gift card. Then you can take your card here and put it in there. Okay, there we go. And then you just slip your belly band on there, and look, now you have a bunch of little gift card holders that are stinking cute. There we go, like that. Here's this one. Let's bring back in this one. And there you go. So you have to let me know what you think. If you're going to try to make some gift cards with some of your designer series paper, or even you could use cardstock and then decorate it with the designer series paper. But there you go. So thanks for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions, be sure and let me know. The link below, there'll be links below to my blog where you can get all the measurements, or to my online store. And I'll also put a link to the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator special that's going on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.